Um, Hello everybody in YouTube land. Now, I had a story to tell you, yesterday. I know I shouldn't smoke in bed, but hey, I live by myself, I can do whatever I like. The day before yesterday, I was coming home on the train with my mate, and it was a long train trip. It took 1 hour to get from where we're going back home. I hate trains. I can't stand them. I mean, I'm the most impatient person ever. Okay. So anyway, what happened was I was sick of sitting down, so I was kind of wandering through the carriages. I came across this guy, this nut job, and when I say nut job, I mean literally. He was a freak. Okay. I briefly overheard something he said as I walked past, and do you know what it was? He was saying that he can tell. Okay, I mean, it's so hard. It took me 10 minutes to realize what this guy was saying, and I'm going to have to try and express this to you in a short period of time. But basically, this guy believes that he can see demons. I mean, how scared would you be? I mean, if he wasn't homeless, I'm sure he'd have bloody tin foil on his window so the government doesn't read the microchips in his head. So, one sec. I've got my little zoom button, so, I can actually, zoom in on myself. Because I'm sure you get sick of this shot after a while. I mean, it's fairly boring, me lying in bed. Apart from all the hot little chickies that, will see this and go, oh, god damn, that guy, oh, I'm getting wet over him. Sorry, that's a bit crass. Okay, so anyway, back to the story. Alright, I heard him saying that he can see demons, and this guy was not having a laugh. He was not trying to be funny. He was dead serious when he said that he can communicate with demons. Alright, this was out in the rain last night, so I don't know if the Zooms were working anymore. Okay, anyway, so I love freaks. I love them. I love sitting down talking to homeless people, drug addicts, elderly people, little tiny kids, 5-year-olds, and for some reason I attract freaks. And they always want to befriend me, and for some strange reason I always want to befriend them. And so, I sat down opposite him as soon as I heard him say that he could see demons. I started chatting to him about it. Now, I don't know, I mean, obviously, he's full of shit, but he was trying to tell me a story about something that he saw in a mosque, okay? And, I'll tell you what, I'll zoom in a bit for you because I can't do it from back there. Alright, so, this guy, claims he can communicate with demons, alright? And I started asking him, how can you tell what a demon looks like? How can you tell when, a person's a demon? Because he claimed the demons and the devil takes the form of beautiful people, okay? He said they are so beautiful. That's their curse. That's how they're so, seductive, blah, 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 and all this nonsense. Anyway, he told me this story about how he was walking past the local mosque in Sydney. I think it's in Auburn. And, what are those things called? Those big, Taj Mahal type domes? I think they call them minarets. Okay, and anyway, this guy, I mean, he has a bit of a death wish, it seems, because this big bloody Muslim character came out of the mosque, and he was twice the size of this bloke. I mean, he was a weedy little bastard. I mean, I could have beaten him up, and, you know, I haven't had a fight since primary school, you know. But anyway, he approached this guy and he said that those minarets represent devil's horns. And he said that the mosque is a Satan worshipping cult, and that everyone goes there is actually worshipping Satan. Now, I mean, I don't know if he had a harsh Catholic schoolboy upbringing and his priest kind of drilled things into him apart, and I don't mean drilled things into his head, but, you know, he's completely convinced that, you know, he can see demons. And so this big Muslim bloke came out of the mosque. He told them that the minarets were devil's horns. The guy said to him, "I know who you are, I know where you live, I know everything about you, and I'm gonna kill you." Then he spat in his face. Now, and he said, "Oh yeah, I'm prepared to do the time because you're worth killing, because you're scum." I mean, and I kind of agree to some extent. But then this guy, this wacko, says, "Well, how could he know where I live? He must be Satan." And I thought, well, it doesn't take much logic to work out that this guy probably has no idea where you live. He doesn't know your name. He doesn't know a thing about you. He was just deeply offended that you were standing outside a mosque saying that it was a place where people go to worship Satan. Anyway, so what happened in the end was he was talking too much shit, and before I actually went and met him, a woman had complained to security that this bloke was scaring customers. So, you know, they stopped this train. You know, it had a tight schedule. It only had 4 stops to make in 1 hour. And so, you know, it didn't have time to screw around. Yet they stopped this train to talk to this bloke, and, well, they stopped the train. They were probably going to try and kick him off, okay? The security guards poured onto the train, and, I mean, this guy, I mean, he knew they were there for him, and you know, but he's trying to act like he's all divine, and he's aware of everything. So he says, "They're here for me." But the truth being, he knew they were there for him because he was starting shit. Anyway, these 2 security guards came, started talking to him, and I was sitting with my mate at the time, and I was like, God, I don't want to be associated with this bloke. I don't want these security guards to think that we're a trio. So, you know, I took one of them aside. I said, "Look, can I come talk to you in another carriage?" And I said, "Look, I think this guy might be a paranoid schizophrenic, and I think he's forgotten to take his medication. He claims to be homeless, and, you know, he also claims to talk to God. He claims to see demons, and, la-da-da-da-da." Anyway, I mean, luckily the security guys were good blokes. So, you know, anyway, I talked him into letting him stay on the train. I said, "Look, I'll sit with him till we get to the final destination." So, you know, we sat down, we talked about all kinds of nonsense, you know, seeing the devil, la da da. I gotta really get some sleep. Yes. I'll put you out of your misery by putting an end to this video.